Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. I'm glad you guys clicked on this one today because we are going on a creek fishing mission. We're going to a creek that I've not been to in over a year, and I don't really know why I've not been back before now. This is a creek that normally has big fish. It's normally super fun to explore, and normally something kind of strange happens every single time that I'm here. I'm also excited because I got some really strange baits rigged up for today's fishing adventure. I got some stuff that I've been wanting to try in some of these smaller creeks that I believe is going to catch some big fish, but I don't know if until I get down here and I try them. I'm also excited because the high is only in the 70s today. East Tennessee has got its first kind of kiss of fall weather, and I'm super excited because normally those cooler temperatures mean that the bass are going to start biting. And so we're pulling in here right now. We're going to get down into this area. We're going to get the kayak rigged up. We're going to get our rods ready. We're going to go on this fishing adventure, and we're going to see what happens. And I'm so glad that you guys clicked on this video today to see what's going to happen with me, because I don't know until we get down here and until we start fishing. And so without further ado, let's send it. Let's see if we can put some fish into the kayak today. Well, we're going to go across to the other side, right over there, to put in, because there is what I can only assume is a drunk homeless dude sleeping in his car right there. And it's not that I'm scared of the drunk homeless dude. I'm just scared of what the drunk homeless dude will do once he wakes up, and I don't want him to hit my truck or to try to steal any of my shit. And so yeah, we're gonna shoot across to this other ramp and put in there so that our shit doesn't get broken into. Oof, the creek looks good. Yes. All right, let's get going. Okay. There we go. Yeah. All right. You're going. Get out here, bud. Well, do you want some help? You want some help since you've stuck yourself right there? Oh, you're getting out of here. Good job, buddy. Heck yeah, there's bite number one. There's another one. Old spotted bass. Heck yeah. There's another little one. He's not a giant, but he's a little creek bass. That's fun. Get out here, dude. All right. I think that spot is done there. Got a couple out of there. We had a chance at a third, but he didn't need it. Check this out, guys. Little deer print there. That's awesome. Deer probably walking through here. So what's really crazy is, you know, like we're right down from a main road, right under a set of railroad tracks here, but just this wildlife is just living its life down here, like mixed in between like the industrial modern world and then this strange world that we live in and the strange world that they live in. So interesting. Just so interesting. Probably should have started with the fluke this morning. We spooked a bunch of fish. These fish are very interesting. They don't like things coming over their head. I think a lot of it has to do with why the water's so clear. But they were a little topwater this morning. They just are not having it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Spotted bass ain't that good. He's just in that current. Good guys, little bitty one. it's like they just won't turn on. I don't really know why. Hold on a second. There we go. There's a little spotted bass. Oh, where's the size at? That's what I want to know. Bunch of little dudes. Little pissed off squeaks. Get out here, dude. Caught a few fish, but nothing crazy, you know, just all a little bit smaller dudes. Normally there's some bigger fish in here. I just don't know where they're at. The water's kind of stagnant though, but still cool. But these fish seem to be living wherever there's movement. And normally there's just a lot more general movement through this creek, but there isn't right now. And it's super interesting because like we had probably about a 6-week drought, and then we had like 2 weeks of just absolutely dumping, pouring rain. And I think that there wasn't enough rain to compensate for the drought that we've had. And so a lot of these creeks and rivers that we've been fishing, I fished one last week with John, fishing this one today, are all really, really low. It includes all the creeks and rivers that flow out of the mountains into a lot of these lakes as well. And so like they've just been super tough this year to be able to navigate and to catch fish out of. And I think a lot of it just has to do with them being so low and these fish just not really wanting to, you know, participate. These fish like a little bit higher water. They like a little bit of more current than what's going on here. And just because that's not happening, you're not seeing the size class of fish that you normally see out of these areas. But we're going to stay after it. We're kind of paddling down here. I'm going to there's another rapid right up here, so we're going to go down below that rapid and fish down in this like a little hole or pocket down here I want to fish in and see if we can catch some fish out of, and then work our way back up again. But I'm having fun. It's a pretty day. It's a beautiful day. That's the biggest thing, is it's just so nice outside. It's not baking hot like it normally is this time of year. And so to be out here and it just being kind of enjoyable and not be baking in the heat is awesome. And so, east, I'm going to stay after it. Woo. Oh my gosh. That's a big small. Oh my word. Okay, let's do this. That's 2 big ones right there. They don't know I'm here yet. At least I don't think they do. Got him. That's awesome. That's a freaking giant right there. There's one of the big ones we were looking for. We're gonna have to get down here to this fish. Yep. There we go. Heck yeah, guys. Heck yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's one of the ones we were looking for right there. That's one of them big ones I was talking about. Hell yeah. Walking the bank, a little creek, just doing some wading action off the kayak. That's probably a 20-inch fish. Hell yeah. That was fun. We're making our way back to the kayak right now just so I can grab another battery. I think a battery for my action camera died, and so yeah, I should have threw those in my pocket before we took off walking, but I want to get my kayak kind of hid here a little bit more away from sight. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to come down this creek and try to steal my kayak, but you never know anymore, to be honest with you. The dude in the van's still down there. I'm kind of worried that son of a gun's dead, because like he has not moved. And we've probably been here 5.5, 6 hours, and he's still laying in the same exact position he was before. And so I've kind of determined in my head, as if he's still laying there when I paddle back up there and he's still in the same position, I think I'm just gonna call in a well check on him just to make sure, I mean, God forbid, but to make sure he's not dead. And so yeah, that's what we're doing right now, walking back to the kayak. But that was fun. Big old smallmouth. There was like 4 or 5 in there. So hopefully by the time I get up here, get my battery and get back down there, some of those fish will set back up and we can get a couple more of them to eat. But you cannot complain when you catch a smallmouth that size, walking the bank and having a great time. So look, a little crawdad. Let's see if we can catch him. It's crazy, guys, how low this creek actually is. So normally all of this has water on it, and you can see there's zero water on any of this, and normally it has water. This creek is so low, like phenomenally low. It's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. But yeah, I thought we'd get a few more fish hitting those other waterfalls, but we didn't. So we're going to start making our way back to our kayak. I'm going to take the dry land there because it's a lot easier walking these rocks than it is those rough, slippery rocks. I think we're going to get up here and look for some crawdads for a minute. Kind of just see what color these crawdads are, and because I like doing that kind of stuff. It's like probably one of my favorite things to do. I grew up on a creek, and so I grew up, you know, with the ability to catch crawdads and salamanders and minnows and stuff like that. And so doing that kind of stuff is still fun to me, especially we can go catch 20-inch smallmouth too while doing all that. So yeah. Here. I see the see if those fish are repositioned up there. We spooked a lot of those fish today that I think we can get. So I showed up, so this creek, you can access it from 2 different sides. Well, I showed up to the side that I usually access it from this morning, and there was a van literally like setting in the way of the access. And I'm like, so what? I'm like, what the f? So I kind of like walk up, not on the van, but just kind of walk up so I can see inside. There's a dude just laying there, like in the van. And so I was like, well, I'll just go to the other side. Well, the dude has not moved. And so I'm paddling back up here right now, and if he's still laying here in the same position, I think I'm gonna call the cops, because like the fucker might be dead. Let me get over here 1 second. I don't want to get near him is the thing, because like, dude, he's still just sitting there. Like same position and everything. Dude, I hate to call the cops, but I think I'm about to. Yeah, let me call him real quick. Yes, ma'am. I'm at highway under like I'm on Creek actually fishing, and this morning when I got here at 10 o'clock there was a van sitting under the bridge where I put my kayak in at, and the guy has not moved, like physically not moved in his vehicle since I've been here. And like he's just laying there like mouth agape in his van. And so I left him alone this morning and went across to the other side of the creek to put in at, but the dude is still not moved. And so I kind of told myself if I fished back down here and he was still laying in the same position, I'd give you guys a call, I guess, just to get a well check on him and just make sure. Yes, ma'am. It's under the bridge, not on the side where the is at, but on the other side. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a maroon red Chevy van, it looks like older, maybe like 80s model. I didn't get that close to him. I didn't want to like startle him or anything like that. But he's just laying there like mouth agape, like just laying there. I got here at 10 o'clock this morning. Yeah. It's Alex Rudd, R-U-D-D. Yes, yeah. Yeah, and I'm still fishing down here, and I'm like up the creek a ways, but I'm still fishing around down here, so. All right, awesome. Thank you very much. Now have a great day. Well, guys, I just called the police on that van. I don't know, I would not ever normally do this, but I've just got a bad feeling about this situation. Like, this is all intuition. I mean, the dude has not moved at all since 10 o'clock this morning, and it is 2:07. And so I don't know. I mean, I really hope for the best. I mean, hopefully he's just like high or drunk, just laying there sleeping it off or something like that. But I mean, the dude's just literally laying there like that, just not moving, not moved at all since I've been here this morning. And so yeah, we called the police. Dispatcher said that she would have somebody out here, sent some cops out just to check on the guy. And I told her, I said, you know, I don't know, I guess we just need a well check to make sure the dude's okay. And so she said she was going to dispatch some police officers, get him out here to check on this guy. And yeah, we'll see how this shakes out. I'm going to keep fishing for just a minute and hopefully catch a couple more fish, and then I guess deal with this situation as it kind of starts to develop here. But like I said, something always interesting happens when I'm on this creek. Well, guys, I guess he was just sleeping. Cop just pulled up and checked on him and knocked on his window. And the guy sat up and talked to him, and I guess the cop didn't see any reason to do anything else with him because he just left. But yeah, well, at least he's not dead. That's good, because I thought for sure that guy was a goner, but I guess he was just sleeping like a son of a bitch. Huh. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Well, there we go. That's good. Well, this guy is not okay. Never mind. The cops left him, but now he is leaning out his van, puking his guts out. So, huh? Yeah, this is interesting. I don't want to really film the van too much. I don't want to like make this guy mad or do anything, so I'm not going to right now. But I'll kind of talk to you on my camera as I'm getting my stuff together. But yeah, so cop just pulled up, asked the dude if he was okay. Must have not thought anything about him being there, and then the dude just freaking puked his guts up. Literally opened his door on his van, puked his guts up, and now it looks like he's getting going again, which is crazy. So here he goes. Ready? Open the door again. I gotta walk down and get my rod. This guy's getting out now. Well, at least he's alive. I mean, realistically, at least he's alive. I thought for sure this dude was dead as hell, but he's not, so that's good. That's good. Oh, no. Now he's got his dick out taking a piss. He must not know I'm over here. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yep. Well, that ended up being an interesting situation right there at the end of the day. So obviously called the police on that guy because I thought he was laying there dead. So let's back up and tell the whole entire story. So this morning when we got there, it was about 9:45, 10 o'clock. I showed you guys the van sitting there. Obviously went around to the other side because we just didn't want our stuff sitting there with that guy. Ended up fishing, went up the creek and came back down, and the dude was still laying in his van, the same exact position, windows rolled up, van not running. Like, had not moved an inch since we saw him that morning when we put him. So I told myself I'm going to fish all the way down here and fish this area and come back, and if he's still there in the same position, I'll give the cops a call just to check on the guy to make sure that he's not dead. I mean, because he literally looked dead. I mean, laying there, mouth agape, like literally like that in his van. Again, windows rolled up, no air conditioning on, anything like that. And so I told myself, go down there, fish, come back. I kind of called Bethany, asked her, I said, what do you think? She said, yeah, just go down there, fish, and come back if he's there. Then give the cops a call just to well check the guy, just make sure he's all good. So we got back, guy's still laying there in the same exact position. Gave the cops a call. Cop shows up, gets out of his car, walks up to the van, kind of gives it a look around, racks on the window really, really hard, and the guy does not move. And I'll be honest, at that moment I thought, this is it, like this dude's dead. I had found a dead person, and this guy is laying dead in this van. Cop kind of looks at him and kind of, hey buddy, and racks on the window again really hard. And the second time the guy sits up and looks at the cop, and I was like, oh crap. I was like, this has got way more interesting. So the guy opens up the door on the van and goes, yeah. And the cop goes, hey man, just checking on you. You need to get going here in a little while. We just got some people calling in, just checking on you, make sure you're okay. And the guy goes, yeah, I'm all good. I'm fine, just down here sleeping, just sleeping. And the cop goes, all right, well, I need you to get going here soon because you can't be sleeping on this bridge. The guy goes, all right. So the cop gets back in his car. As soon as the cop gets in his car and pulls off, the guy opens up the door on his van, leans out of his van, and just pukes his guts out. Like, I'm talking just right out the door. So that was disgusting. And then the dude, on top of that, stands up into his own puke and whips out his dick and starts taking a piss right there dead in front of me, like straight across. So I'm like literally across the creek from him. He's just taking a piss and then just like sits down in his van and just like stares at me. And so I would assume the guy probably assumed that I was the guy who called, which I was the guy who called, just checking on him. So I loaded up my stuff and we got out of there. But I'll tell you, every time we go to that creek, something happens. Last time Josh and John were there, someone shot over their head. Now this guy showed up and I thought he was dead, ended up calling the cops. There was another time that I was down there and there was people doing drugs. And so, yeah, we're going to stop. Oh, and there was another time that I took a kayak down there and poked a hole in it. And so, yeah, every time we go to that creek, something crazy happens. And so I'm not going back to that creek for a little while. That place is a crazy place. I think I got a reminder today why I hadn't been there in a year and a half. But we caught some fish. We had a crazy situation right there at the end of the day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I swear it's always something. It's always just something crazy whenever I'm out fishing. But it was a fun trip. It was a good day. I'm glad you guys watched this video. And as always, you guys are sweet, and we will see you later.